Mirza worked tirelessly. A clerk he was, his days were long, his salary meager, every rupee stretched thin. From dawn till dusk he toiled away in the office, his eyes weary from the endless paperwork. The bustling city around him never seemed to pause, but Mirza's life felt like it was stuck in a loop. He dreamed of a new overcoat. Every day on his way home he would stop by the shop window, gazing at the coat that seemed just out of reach. It wasn't just a piece of clothing. It was a symbol of warmth and comfort. His old one, threadbare and thin, it offered little warmth. Winter was coming. Mirza shivered. He scrimped and saved. Each rupee put aside, the biting cold made his daily commute even more grueling, and his thin coat did little to shield him from the harsh winds. He denied himself small joys, a cup of tea, a sweet treat. Every little indulgence was sacrificed for the dream of that overcoat. He walked past the tea shops and bakeries, his heart heavy but resolute. The overcoat became his obsession. It represented hope. It was more than just a garment, it was a promise of better days. Each glance at the coat filled him with determination, a chance for a better life. Finally, the day came when he could afford it. Wearing the new coat, Mirza felt a surge of confidence. The world seemed a little brighter and the cold a little less biting. It was more than just an overcoat, it was a new beginning. Finally, the day arrived. Mirza had saved enough money after months of hard work and sacrifice. Every penny he earned was carefully put aside for this moment. He went to the tailor, a small shop known for its craftsmanship and attention to detail. His heart thrummed with anticipation. This was not just a purchase, it was a dream coming true. He ordered the warmest coat, choosing the finest fabric and the best design the tailor had to offer, the finest he could afford. Days turned to weeks. The anticipation grew with each passing day. Mirza could hardly contain his excitement. Finally, the coat was ready. Mirza put it on, feeling the warmth and comfort envelop him. A feeling of pride washed over him. This coat was more than just clothing. It was a symbol of his hard work and determination. He had never felt so warm, so content. The coat transformed him. He walked taller, smiled wider. The world seemed brighter. Every step he took in his new coat was a testament to his perseverance and the promise of warmth fulfilled. One evening, disaster struck. Returning home from work, Mirza was robbed. The thieves took everything, his precious overcoat gone. Mirza was devastated, his world crumbled. The loss was unbearable. He reported the theft, but hope dwindled. The police were indifferent. Mirza's spirit broke. Without the coat, he felt the cold seep into his bones. It wasn't just the physical cold, it was the cold of despair. Mirza became a shell of his former self. His work suffered, his family worried. The once vibrant man, full of life and energy, now seemed like a ghost, drifting through his days without purpose. His colleagues noticed the change, whispering among themselves, but no one knew how to help. His children, once the light of his life, now saw a shadow where their father used to be. The cold had seeped into his very soul, freezing his spirit. He couldn't escape the biting cold, it was everywhere. In the air he breathed, in the walls of his home, in the very fabric of his being. No matter how many layers he wore, the chill found its way to his bones. The cold was relentless, a constant reminder of his loss. The memory of the lost coat haunted him. He saw it everywhere, in shop windows, on the backs of strangers, discarded on the ground. Each sighting was a dagger to his heart, a reminder of what he had lost. The coat was more than just a piece of clothing. It was a symbol of warmth, of security, of better times, in the faces of strangers, in the falling snow. Mirza's health deteriorated. He caught a fever. The illness took hold quickly, his weakened body unable to fight back. The fever burned through him, a cruel contrast to the cold that had become his constant companion. His family watched helplessly as he grew weaker, their worry turning to despair. His frail body couldn't fight it. The fever raged on, sapping what little strength he had left. Each breath was a struggle, each moment a battle. The once strong man was now a mere shadow, his life slipping away with each passing day. He passed away whispering about the lost coat. His final words were a lament, a sorrowful goodbye to the life he once knew. The coat, a simple garment, had come to represent everything he had lost. His family wept, their hearts breaking as they listened to his final whispered words. The coat became a symbol of hope lost, of dreams unfulfilled. It hung there, a silent testament to a life cut short, a reminder of the fragility of human existence. The coat, once a source of warmth, now stood as a monument to despair, of the cruelty of fate. The world moved on, indifferent to the suffering of one man. The snow continued to fall, covering the coat, burying the past. But for those who knew Mirza, the memory of his struggle remained, a stark reminder of the harshness of life, of the indifference of the world to the plight of the poor. Mirza's story was not unique. Many suffered in silence, their struggles unseen, their pain ignored. The world turned cold, not just in temperature, but in heart. And so the coat remained, a symbol of a world that had forgotten how to care.